Hi, I'm Juanita and welcome back to the Knit Guru. This is my Everything I Knit and Crochet in the month of June video. And because it's become tradition, do I have a coffee? Yes, I do. Is it still in a Christmas mug? Yes, it is. I could have at least used my knitting mug or my Shakespeare mug. Both would have been more appropriate, but that one was closer in the cupboard. So what have I knit and what have I crochet in this month? If we go back to the most historic item, they're at least all from this year. I do have older whips than this. Which way, inside out? Is this inside out? It might be inside out. Okay, so this is my Nora jumper. I speed ran. I knit fast. I made it a priority to get this finished. And it's finished. Am I overly happy with it? There's a couple of things I would change. Did I use a pattern? I did not use a pattern. Did I write down this pattern? No, you don't want it. Pretty much all I did was go, yeah, that looks wide enough. That looks long enough. Let's come in for the sleeves. Let's go to about here. Let's make it a rounded neck. My goal was to make it a loose weave and... I'm turning it the wrong way around now. A loose weave, drapey, oversized kind of jumper that I could wear sort of off the shoulder, sort of not, sort of just schlep it on. Schlepping is very high on my list of priorities with this jumper because the yarn composition is wool, silk, and alpaca, or is it mohair? Some combination of those. I could potentially see it. Mostly it was because of the wool and the silk that I thought if I make this with an open weave, I'm going to be able to schlep this on in autumn or spring and be warm. The other thought I had is that because I'm about to fly out to London, this will be my flying out jersey because it is freezing and wet in New Zealand. Therefore, the wool's going to keep me warm. I feel the cold on a plane like there's no tomorrow. This will keep me warm. Then when we land in London, it will be hot. I'm hoping that the open weave and the silk mean that I can cope with that a little bit better. Or on those nights where it is a little bit cooler, or when we go up to Stratford, if something is a bit cooler, I can schlep it on. Again, the schleppage is important. So I'm hoping that when I take photos or travel around all the videos or whatever of overseas, this jumper will be all over the place. It is comfortable to wear. There are some things that I'm not so happy with the schlepping. These are very schleppable sleeves because I did not want to reduce the needle size for my cuffs. And I don't know why I didn't want to. Because I don't like a baggy cuff, generally. I thought I was going to like a baggy cuff. Either way, we're schlepping. We will be comfortable on the plane. The neckline, I feel like it's fine, but it's not the most rounded that it could be. It could be a little higher. It could be a boat, but it doesn't matter. It's my schleppable jumper. It's got enough structure to hold it together. It's probably wider than I thought it was going to be. I was really expecting it to stretch out lengthways with the weight of the yarn, but it's kind of stretching sideways, and I don't really know why. But I'm not worried. My schleppable Nora jumper is done, and that's the first project that got finished this month. So if nothing else, I'm quite excited about the fact that I'm not knitting it anymore, and it's about to get some function. Then, of course, I jumped completely on a bandwagon. Betty McKnit released I was having a cowl for the Superstar blanket, and this is now the third 6-day star blankets that I've made. It's as wide, point to point, as my queen size bed, but it does need to be wider. This is made out of Caron Latte cakes in the colour teal velvet, I think. So I can get more of this yarn. I will order more of this yarn and make it bigger. But there were two reasons why I stopped at this point. One, this is 2 balls of wool, and that's what I bought initially for this project. Two, I feel like 1 more ball of wool is enough. And when I jumped on Spotlight, it was on sale for 2 for the price of 1. And then I didn't order it because I figure if I ordered it then, I was going to end up with 2 balls. I would have been happy with 2 balls, but then I'd have a really big blanket. So I'm now humming and hawing. Do I need 2 balls or do I need 1 balls? That sale's now finished, but I know that if the yarn arrived, I would pick this project back up almost straight away because her cowl continues until the 1st of July. Is it the 1st of July today? I think the 1st of July is tomorrow as of me filming this. So I definitely could have increased it, but in order to qualify for the prizes, you had to have 5 repeats of the pattern section. I'm not up to 5 repeats of the pattern section, so I would have needed to... How many repeats am I up to of the pattern section is the question. I think the pattern section starts there. So I think it's 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 repeats. So it's not bad, but it does need another repeat. And then there's a special edging that she's got with this one. So I will finish this at some point. I do really like it. I like the yarn. After working with the Noro yarn that's got that slight halo, I didn't know how I was going to feel about working with one that had this much halo. But I think because it is acrylic and it's very smooth, it didn't pull. But I also didn't frog much. I feel like if I was to try and frog too much, it would be a massive knot already. And anytime the cat sits on it, I think, yeah, it's gonna be making knots, isn't it? You know? So this will be finished at some point. It'll just be extended. It'll be just like one of the other star blankets that I've got, except the other one I've still got the yarn for. I just ran out of time before the AMP show last year to finish it. So I will finish this at some point. Maybe I'll order the yarn when I get back home and finish it and put this one in the lap blanket category at the AMP show. We shall see. We shall see. What else have we made? Then we had the rat. Now the rat was inspired by my self-proclaimed Daiso craft challenge because I killed the rat. I did it last year and I had a great time, but I really like Daiso. I go in every time I'm in Wellington, which isn't very frequent, but I go in because the craft supplies change a lot really quickly and they're always interesting. Not necessarily something I'd want, but they're interesting. So I pick up things when I'm in there because I don't know where I'm ever going to see them again, like bow-shaped beads or like in a haul I did the other day, some sheep beads. They're very cute. So I picked up this yarn and this pipe cleaner with the fuzz, and my challenge was what was I going to make with it? I thought about a monkey. I thought about an opossum, but in the end I ultimately went with this rat. I'm happy enough with the rat. Scotch pink eyes. I do think if I was going to write up this pattern, which I might do one day, it needs a bigger butt. I feel like it needs a bigger butt, and maybe a narrower neck. I don't know, but I'm happy with his ears. I was going to give him some whiskers, but I didn't get anything for the whiskers from Daiso. I also didn't get the eyes from Daiso, but I figure I can't really not give him eyes. That feels a bit mean because I didn't know what my craft challenge was going to be for myself when I bought this yarn. So I figured I'd just shove some eyes in it anyway. So that was the rat. The rat, I quite like the rat. The rat is cool. And then, this is the only one I can find. I made a series of catnip toys. This one was the prototype. And this one, if you look, it's having fuzz pulled all the way through it. there's definitely bits where the cat's managed to get a claw in. So this is the Hobie 4/8 cotton, knit on, I want to say 3mm needles. And it's good, the cat's enjoyed it, you know, it's been great. But the one that's held up better is the Lion Brand Kitchen Cotton with like a 4mm crochet hook. So I do think that the kitchen cotton is much better for, more fluff, is much better for these projects because the cat hasn't destroyed it. Whereas the cat's getting into this one a little bit more. I mean, I'm not worried about it getting into it because that is just catnip on the inside and this is cotton, but I'll probably recycle this very shortly. And by recycle, it means toss it in the fire. Because I don't want her getting stuck. Because she's old. The other one, however, is holding up really nicely, and she prefers the other one, so she can continue playing with the other one to her heart's content. And when that one wears down, I can make another one quite easily because I've still got more catnip and I've still got more of the cotton yarn. I have had this forever. I think I won it from Instructables many moons ago. I'm not going to use this colour for anything else. It's kind of the colour of cowpats. I'm not a fan. So I don't mind turning all that into cat toys. That's perfectly fine. And now we're into the projects that have... Oh, no. There were also car coasters. So I made the car coasters. I'll try and remember to put in a picture, which generally means that I forget. But the car coasters are in my car, and they're working quite nicely. One of them has already absorbed... What was it? Was it a lemonade? Coffee? A hot chocolate, I think it was. So one of them has already saved me cleaning up. So 10 out of 10. Do recommend a car coaster. Then we're into the projects that I definitely have not finished, but am working on. The first one was this one here with the Italian sock yarn. And fortunately, you can't really tell where all this yarn has come from. And I say fortunately, because I know you're all coming for me right now. I had about this much sock sitting on the needles that I must have started when I was concussed at some point. I don't quite remember starting it, but I've just made it a slightly longer sock. I've turned the corner, I've decreased down, and now I'm just going to knit holus bolus to the other end and finish it off. And then I'll knit another one, and then there will be leftover yarn, and it's really important that I emphasize the fact that I will have leftover yarn because I bought 2 in this colorway, unaware of how much yarn I was actually purchasing. I will emphasize the fact that I was concussed when I bought this. I think I was able to drive again, but I still definitely wasn't working full time. This is a 100 gram ball. So I have 200 grams of this colorway, and I have another 200 grams of a slightly different colorway, because what I didn't like about this one is this shade that comes through here. So I found another one that was just a little bit more pink and a little bit less cowpat green running through it. So when I put this up online to say, do I finish the sock or do I frog it and start a star blanket? Absolutely everybody said star blanket, except me. And I was like, I'll continue the sock. I was not expecting everybody to be 100% in favour of the star blanket, but it will make a beautiful star blanket. So what I figure I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the socks, then I'll have yarn left in this ball here, because my slightly less concussed brain tells me that this is more than enough yarn for 2 pairs of socks, or 2 socks. So I will start a star blanket with this. Then I will go to the alternate colorway. Then I'll come back to this colorway with the other ball. Then I'll finish the other colorway, and that will be my star blanket. So at some point that will happen, because like it will make a beautiful blanket. Like look at all the little sparkles in there. And it's not like the annoying sparkles in the opal sparkle twinkle toe sock yarn. This one's quite soft. So there's that. And then there's the project that tells me that A, I need more yarn bobbins, and B, I need less cats and dogs. Please note, all the tangles. The tangles would be avoidable if I had more yarn bobbins. Because untangling a yarn bobbin is way easier than untangling an entire ball of yarn when the dog's just sat in it and walked it through the house. I've started the Fox cardigan from Project Hail Mary. I loved Project Hail Mary. It was such a good movie. I'm trying to wing it a little bit because in New Zealand I couldn't buy the Fox pattern because you can only get the Fox pattern from Mary Maxim with the kit. So I bought the Wolf pattern, which the Fox pattern's based on, and then I'm just sort of winging it, but I don't want his red tongue hanging out for no apparent reason, other than I just don't feel like looking at it. So I'm just putting grey in the mouth, and the red that I could get here is not really orange enough to be a fox, but it's good enough. This would be better if it was darker grey, and this would be better if this was slightly more orangey, but we now at least have 2 front legs of this fox and his face, and 1 front leg of this fox, which will mean that there's another front leg coming along there. I think it's up to the bit that's the most annoying at the moment, because I've got 1 fox face, and as this 1 fox face continues, there'll be another leg starting, and then at that point there'll be so many bits of yarn coming off it that I might lose my mind completely. But it's okay. I'm hanging in there. I figure I'll just chip away at this in the evenings while I can, and then when I come back from London, I'll pick this up. But if I can get past the fox face before I go, that would be ideal. But I think I get about 6 rows done in an evening, so it's not fast going. It doesn't help that every time I print out the pattern, I lose the printout. And so I end up having to go back to my iPad and holding a bookmark up against my iPad to see where I'm up to. So that's that. One of my plans for knitting and crochet in this ball of yarn that literally is connected at both ends. It is some chaos knitting right there. For July, well, July I'll be travelling for most of July, so the plan is to knit a pair of socks using the London motifs from Pacific Knit Co, and to crochet a star baby blanket out of some baby yarn that I'm taking with me. I don't know what else I'm going to do. I figure that I've got 2 days of being able to work on the cardigan, pardon me, and I've got about a week when I get back to work on something else. So it'll be socks, it will be baby blanket. Hopefully I can finish both of those. I'm also kind of hoping that I stumble miraculously, accidentally, across a yarn store. I'm not going to Google it. I'll probably Google yarn stores in London. But there's a couple of places that I do want to go while I'm there. And if they happen to be near a good yarn store, I might find myself popping in. And then I might find myself buying some yarn. We shall see. I don't need yarn, let's be honest. But I'm not going to miss the opportunity to visit a good yarn shop. Anyway, this has been probably too long, and now I need to go and cook breakfast. Hopefully you enjoyed my projects from June. I'm not sure that... I mean, I feel like I've done a lot, but at the same time, I'm not sure exactly how much I've done. I need to go back and watch... What month is before June? May, to find out where my Noro jumper was up to, because I would like to be able to know exactly how much progress I've made. At least the blanket is 100% started and finished in June. So that's giving me an idea that at least I'm getting my productivity back and I'm getting my speed back with knitting and crochet. And the fact that I am able to design, not bigger things, but different things, means that my brain's coming back. And I'm very thankful that the brain is making its way back. In the meantime, I will catch you next week. Bye.